next up is Pikaba.com. And Dimitri, right, former Microsoft.
From Redmond and not to work for Microsoft.
Okay, okay, great. So
just,
take it away.
This is the...
That, yes, that should take you forward.
And how do I get to online? How do you get online to the browser?
It's up. Oh, you want to do a browser?
The keyboard. Oh, there's no way to do that?
You're just going to do slides.
That's fine.
Is that okay?
That's fine.
All right?
Okay. All right. That's all right. So, good afternoon. I'm Dimitri Balin with Pikaba. And we're building what we believe the platform for social commerce that's going to disrupt the way that the commerce is done today. Here's a very basic idea. This is one of the scenarios. I'm just kind of going to go through that of what we do. So all of you know about eBay, right? So we're kind of flipping the model of the eBay. We're trying to capture the desires or intents of people to buy or purchase certain products or services. This could be online, it could be local, it could be kind of want-to-buy type of request for want to buy a car and I'm willing to pay $2,000. Or looking for a trip to Hawaii and willing to pay $300. So when people specify what exactly they're looking for and how much they're willing to pay, whether they want it new, used, online, local, right now, later on, this is kind of the idea. We capture that from all kinds of sources, from Facebook, Twitter, through the mobile devices, from the website, email, SMS. Now, all these requests, once they get into the system, they get analyzed and moderated. So we try to kind of understand both the semantics of the requests as well as exactly what people are looking for. And then we got plenty of merchants who signed up. We've got over 5,200 merchants so far, and this number keeps going up. We notify them about these incoming requests. Now, we want from the merchants to get the list of products and services that they sell. Once they do that, we know exactly how to generate these essentially leads for them. So kind of another way to look at Pikaba is kind of as a next generation lead generation platform. And then the really cool thing is then once the merchants get these requests, they can compete between themselves to get the best price or the best deal to the consumer. So they can send it over as a quote, as a kind of custom quote for one-off type of deal. They can send a group buy. And we approached group buy from somewhat different standpoint, let's say, compared to Groupon and such. So once there is a number of requests in the same zip code for the same product or the same category of products, we know what people are looking for, and we can aggregate these requests, or we can link them together, and that becomes a group deal. So this whole marketplace idea, it's fairly straightforward, and we do know that there's plenty of markets that this kind of similar type of model has been implemented. So Service Magic, Priceline, LendingTree, but each one of them focused on certain industries. We pretty much create platform to cover everything. So it could be done for any single industry, any single vertical, or any single location. And one of the things I wanted to show you, that's kind of the product we launch in here, what we call custom marketplaces. So Pikaba is just one marketplace. It's been what's been going on so far. We created right now kind of a white label model. The white label allows to any blogger or any publisher that we work with or any community leader to create their own marketplace and then run that marketplace. And then we operate with that publisher or blogger or community leader on the revenue sharing model. So consumers get personalized requests. Requests get matched with the products and service listings, and then merchants compete to get the best deal or the best price to the consumers. Now, from both consumers and the merchant standpoint, there are two different kind of value props that we provide. From the consumer standpoint, the main thing is that they get exactly what they've been looking for. And so they specify a whole bunch of criteria. Some of these fields are custom. They could be kind of generic things like the price and so forth. The other thing is obviously the group buy. And then once they post what they're looking for, they can actually get some advice or recommendation from the other members of the group or that certain marketplace in terms of, hey, if I want to fix my car, should I go to this mechanic or should I avoid certain mechanic? from the merchant standpoint, it's actually, for them, we've been seeing so many inflows of the merchants coming to the site and signing up, because for them, it's no-brainer. They get lead generation almost right away. So this is pretty much the only way for them right now to get to log into the merchant center and say, hey, who wants to buy my products or my services in my location right at this moment? And that's the way to get there. Obviously, we believe that the quality of the leads is extremely high. So think of it as a kind of in terms of the Google. When people go to the Google and they search for certain thing, we want to monetize, we want to capture that particular query, that particular request, and then we know exactly what the person is looking for. So we then can sell in bulk to the groups of customers once it gets there. From the business model, we generate money from the three sources of revenue. We got the listings fee, the lead generation fee, and the transaction fee if the transaction happens on site. As a company, we started about 4 years ago. This is our second startup. We sold the previous company to Microsoft. Well, that's how we ended up in Redmond. We used to live here. We've got about 12 developers and designers working on the site. We've got over 5,200 merchants who've signed up so far, and that number is growing up very fast. And this whole thing is actually exploding, and we like this whole social commerce and social shopping space. So definitely welcome to visit the site and sign up and post your request there. Thank you.
Excellent. Excellent. Good timing. Thank you. Great. So questions from our panel.
Great idea. I guess it's a great idea when you get to scale, as with a lot of marketplaces. And the trouble is consumers and merchants, and and you're spreading it across a lot of different categories. I mean, you mentioned Priceline, et cetera, Service Magic. There are, again, verticals. So I guess, and I think the idea has been tried in the past. Why hasn't it worked in the past? And, starting with the dot-com days, everybody's had the reverse eBay. This can work. Can you give me a little history on why it hasn't worked and what's different now?
Sure. So we've been asked that thing quite a few times, right?
That's what I do. I ask those questions.
One of the ways for us so it comes down to customer acquisition. So from the merchant standpoint, it's fairly clear. They like the idea. The question is, how do we get the customers to the site? How do we capture the requests? And that's the reason why we launched these custom marketplaces that you're welcome to stop by our booth. We'll show how we do that. But pretty much one of the basic principles is that each one of these custom marketplaces, like cars in Seattle.pikaba.com, or furniture in Bay Area.pikaba.com, or movers in New York.pikaba.com, each one of these marketplaces would focus on certain category or vertical in that particular location, and it's going to be run by kind of subject matter expert, or what we call advisor.
So you're going to do verticals by location.
Exactly. But we let others to do that. We focus on the software. So we created essentially this platform. So it's kind of, in a sense, we get into more towards the creating software for the marketplaces, kind of a Ariba-like kind of thing. But this is very much tied to this, again, the basic idea of capturing desire or intent of a person to buy something.
So in the end, they're filtering these white label. I mean, you haven't launched you just launched it today, right?
No, we launched it. So the website is up and running.
Yep.
But the custom marketplaces, I mean, we've had a few beta customers. So,
but in general, now you're betting on this new thing you're launching because you think it works because people will curate it, or the owners.
So yes, right, exactly. So we work with bloggers and publishers, and we sign up publishers. These are kind of one of these, good categories for us. Because they own communities. They got their existing communities they already work with. And so they look for ways to monetize further their existing communities. And so we offer them, hey, here's a full solution out of the box. It's going to be free for you. And it's going to be maintained by us. Mm-hmm. Now, the merchants wouldn't care where the leads come from as long as these are good, high-quality leads. But there is a value they're going to provide to your community members by capturing or helping them to decide what to buy or where to buy or maybe group together for.
But I'm trying to say this white label thing is going to be a newspaper that says, ask a question what you want to buy, or it's like a marketing channel? Like what do you mean they own it, I guess?
Right. I'll give you an example. We're working with one of the local newspapers in the state of Washington. So they got the existing community of people that they get to their website or they read the newspaper. Now we created this custom marketplace just for them. So they got a couple of people who run this marketplace, and so they put kind of essentially a link or certain thing. It is integrated into their website. And so people who sign up on their website, they also get to access to Pikaba, to that particular marketplace. And then that becomes the interaction, the engagement with them. So it goes beyond just generating ad revenue from the merchants. Because so right now, that's the only way for them to monetize. Not the only way, but the most popular way.
But it's flipping it. Right now, they own their own classifieds, and you're saying, don't do that, do this other way.
So we're expanding that. You're right. I mean, essentially, it kind of goes to the point of kind of social classifieds. It goes beyond just a simple classifieds that they may have. There's some software for the classifieds, of course.
Okay.
Okay. Great. One last question. What's Pikaba mean?
My daughter used to call it a Russian cartoon character.
It's a Russian. Okay. Thank you very much, Pikaba.
Thank you.